It's a pleasure having you join the conversation. Why is GUTA making this call?
We have to act in good faith. We have obligation to do that. Now the dollar has come down significantly, and we have to share the gains with the consuming public. The business that we do not do it in isolation. We do it with the consuming public. The business we do is on turnover, and that if the consumer is unable to buy because of high prices, it also kills our business, our ability even to turn over, be able to pay the banks and all that. So it is in our own interest that prices come down so that we can do a business where the purchasing power of our consumers has been enhanced. This is what we have to do. It's a moral right, and I believe our people will adjust prices to that effect, because much as we want to recoup some of our losses during the past couple of years, it is also only fair that we transfer some of the gains to the consuming public.
Now, this for most Ghanaians would be a wonderful call, but let's face reality. The exchange rate may be more favorable now, but beyond that, inflation has only come down by a very little percentage. Some of the other metrics in the system, fuel prices, yes, maybe some stability in there. But people can also, traders can point to other things and say, look, we've not, we don't have a perfect system. Why should we not get what is due us? And if prices fall, or if the exchange rate gets much better, then we can take it there. How do you react to such people?
You see, the factors of pricing varies. And then the major factor, one of the major factors is the exchange rate. The way the rates have gone down is quite significant. You see, when we are paying duty, is benchmarked with this same dollar, and we are saving something from the duty payment, and then we also save something when we are we are exchanging this money. So definitely we have some gain, even though that's why we also call on the government to reduce on certain things. But then also when we show good faith like this, then we can also go on government and hold him that you have to do this, and then use this as a reference. Because if we are able to do this and show good faith, then government will also listen to us on other things, especially with regards to electricity bills. I've been talking about it. There was no justification for us to increase the ECDA bills. The PURC did not do a good job, especially when the exchange rate is coming down, because they cited the exchange rate as one reason for increasing the ECD. Otherwise, these are some of the things that is going to negate the gain. For us, we are appealing to our members, but as you said, there are other costs regarding calculation of our prices.
Right.
And so we have to look at all those things comprehensively. But then we want to show good faith. And then, because this thing that I'm saying is even very tricky, because there are some people who are still yet to adjust, because maybe they bought their goods at the old rate and they are yet to settle. But sometimes we have to strike reasonable averages so that we can remain in business. Our market is not a monopolistic one, where one business person will say that because I have the goods, I can increase my price anywhere. Ours is a liberalized, a highly competitive one, where one particular item you see about 2,000 people selling it.
Right.
If you do not adjust your prices and you overprice yourself out at this particular time, you overprice yourself out of the market.
Okay.
Especially if your goods are perishable and all that.
All right.
So the prudence here is for you to adjust to the trend so that you can still remain in competition. Yeah, so we are just appealing.
Right.
But then the reason why people cost is varying, and that you cannot actually force anybody also on that.
Dr. Bing, two things I just want you to quickly leave us with. One, there also are those who say, I imported my products into the country. The exchange rate was at a certain point. It's only in recent times, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the fall, especially as we see it now, has taken effect. For such people, if they say, look, I can't justifiably do this now because I'll run into a loss. No one does business to lose. That's one point. How do you react to that? And the other point is the executive director of ISA, the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, Professor Peter Quartey, calling on government to adopt policy measures that will help regulate the prices of food items on the market. Some have said price regulation. Can we do that? What do you think about these 2 points? And we can say
not even the socialist countries can do price control. That method is obsolete. It doesn't work.
Okay.
Nobody can actually control the prices of which people sell their goods. You see, what I'm doing is just appealing to our members and urging them so that the consuming public will have the confidence and trust and faith in us. So that next time when we say that prices are high because of these factors, they will trust us. That's all that I'm doing. But we cannot tell anybody to reduce his or her price. It doesn't happen. And when you do that, that won't bring the shortages of goods. Because if you give price that is not competitive to me, I will not go and bring the goods. If government have to control prices, then government have to bring the goods himself.
Okay.
And then put a negligible difference on it, or even subsidize his own self and sell to the consuming public. But we are business people. We do business for profit, and that nobody can price goods.
Quickly on the point of those who talk about
obsolete. It doesn't even exist in the socialist system. Who used to do those things. You remember during the Champon regime, where this price control induced smuggling, and then what we call kalabule and other things, hoarding and all that. It's not the best of things to do.
All right. The other bit about those who say, look, I imported at a certain exchange rate, I can't sell it at a lower price. What would you say quickly on that?
Yeah, they are right, especially those who are even in the market. Let me tell you how the market works. We have the retailers. They do not have anything to do with this exchange rate because they fall on the importers. The importers are the ones who have direct benefits with or disadvantage with the exchange rate fluctuations. And so once this thing has happened, the importers, especially those who are now buying their goods, who are paying their old debt and all that, they are all going to benefit, and they will be able to transfer these gains that I'm talking about. But the retailer who does not import directly, he has already bought the goods, and the dollar does not even affect it. So the person has to sell off some of the goods before we can go to the supplier, the importer, to go and buy the goods again.
Right.
And so this is complex, and that's why most times we said that prices will adjust by itself.
Okay.
Because of the competition that we have, and because there are so many people in the market, we say that we have the consumers, the market that we have is a consumers market. It's not the sellers market. So you, the consumer, have to exploit the market, find where the prices have been adjusted, and reward the person, and punish the person whose price is still high.